August. What a beautiful month it has been. One of the best things about it being the long-awaited solar eclipse. Besides that though, there were some excellent indie games. With that being said, I'm Ethan from Indie Review, and these are the top 10 indie games of August 2017. Coming in at number 10, we have Tacoma, which was released on August 1st and is created by the same people who made Gone Home, which was another excellent indie game due to its incredible storyline. Tacoma is a sci-fi based adventure game that is heavily based on the narrative. It takes place on a super advanced space station in the year 2088. As you walk around and explore the space station, you uncover not only backstory on the crew's living and working conditions, but you also reveal clues that eventually will tell an incredible story of trust, fear, and resolution in the face of disaster. Much like Gone Home, the creators of this game, Fulbright, have done it again with Tacoma's descriptive, immersive, and hard-hitting storytelling capabilities. You're for sure going to want to check this out if you're a fan of story-driven single-player games. Here at number 9 is the sequel to Nidhogg, appropriately named Nidhogg II, which was released on August 15th by developer and publisher Messhop. The game's graphics are reminiscent of a late Super Nintendo title. The objective of the game is to reach the other end of the stage and off anyone who tries to interfere with you doing so. Nidhogg II is an excellent game and adds to the amazing gameplay that was seen in the first game, with brand new gameplay elements such as new weapons and levels, full-out character customization, and the disturbing yet incredible art of Toby Dixon. This is a wonderful game, and due to its multiple options for multiplayer, I can definitely see this as a game for you and your friends. You know what people love? RPGs.
Zero Dragons! Oh my god, he just ran in.
You know what else people love? Adorable little kitty cats. Put them together and you have number 8, Cat Quest. Released on August 8th and developed by the Gentle Brothers, Cat Quest is a single-player open-world RPG that puts you into the land of Felongard, where you go on an extravagant adventure in the pursuit of the evil Dracoth in order to save your sister. The game features a massive overworld map, deadly dungeons, and a wonderful cast of characters. However, unlike some indie RPG games, Cat Quest features real-time combat, yes. No more sitting around mindlessly spamming A to scroll through battle text faster. Thank you. This is a very unique indie title and is definitely worth a purchase.
Ha! Got him!
Bloober Team SA is back at it again with number 7, Observer, which is a cyberpunk horror game focused on fear. You play as Dan Lazarski, a top-notch neural detective otherwise known as an observer. You're a member of a corporate-funded police unit that hacks and invades the minds of your suspects. However, as you break into the fragile minds of criminals and victims in order to gather evidence, you will experience and relive their deepest, darkest fears, which will result in you questioning not only your reality, but also your mental stability. The creators have for sure upped the ante from their last indie game, Layers of Fear, which was a massive hit. This game is not for the weak of heart and is appropriately rated M for mature, so just make sure you put the kids to bed first. For all of you that miss the days of platforming shooters such as Mega Man or Metroid, let me introduce you to our number 6 pick, 20XX. Released on August 16th and developed by Battery Staple Games and Firehose Games, 20XX is a roguelike action platformer that has you blast your way through forever-changing levels, gain upgrades, and fight bosses in order to save all of humanity. You can even choose to bring a friend along on your journey and play the game co-op, as this game has a vast selection of multiplayer options featuring split screen, online, and local multiplayer. The controls are wonderful, there are plenty of game modes, and the game has daily and weekly challenges. You could honestly say that the developers of this game have created the multiplayer Mega Man game that Capcom never made. In fact, if you Google search multiplayer Mega Man games, 20XX is the first result. All in all, I would say that Battery Staple and Firehose Games have done a fine job on this game. Here at the halfway point, we have a game by Acid Wizard Studio called Darkwood. Darkwood is a survival horror game unlike most others. The reason being is that you play from a top-down perspective. Do not let that fool you, however, because this game is some scary stuff. In this game, you spend your days gathering supplies while roaming around the vivid, constantly changing free-roam world, and you spend your nights cowering down in your little makeshift bunker praying for the morning to come. This game is off the rails as it features no quest markers, randomly generated worlds, and multiple storylines as the choices you make affect what happens in the game. This game is pretty intense, and that being said, has earned it the M rating, so once again, parents probably shouldn't let your kids play this. Here for the number 4 spot is a game by Hinterland Studios Inc. called The Long Dark. The Long Dark is an exploration survival-based game that tests players' abilities to think for themselves as they trek around an enormous frozen environment in the wake of a geomagnetic disaster. Don't let the lack of enemies and bosses deceive you, because as it has no monsters, what it does have is you, the freezing weather, and every threat Mother Nature can throw at you. This game features an episodic story mode called Winter Mute that will eventually have 5 episodes, where you play as a bush pilot named Will Mackenzie after being separated from your friend, Dr. Astrid Greenwood, after a plane crash. This game also features a free-form, non-narrative survival sandbox mode, which was appropriately named Survival Mode, which I will say is fairly difficult. For all of you fans of people like Bear Grylls, this is probably your kind of game.
From Ninja Theory, the people who brought you games like Devil May Cry and Heavenly Sword, comes their newest release, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Sorry about that, I had something in my throat. As I was saying, at our number 3 spot, we have Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. This game takes place in the Viking Age, where you play as a broken Celtic warrior who sets out on an unforgivable journey into Viking hell to fight for the soul of her dead lover. This game is extremely immersive and really puts you inside the main character, Senua's mind. The graphics are astonishing. Regardless, this game is absolutely worth a buy. Coming in at number 2, we have West of Loathing, developed and published by Asymmetric. At first glance, this game doesn't look too special, as it is a stick figure game and looks as though not much effort was put into it because of that, but that would be wrong. That would be very, very wrong. West of Loathing is a single-player slapstick comedy RPG adventure that takes place in the Wild West. This game has an open world, thousands of gags, optional turn-based combat, tons of collectibles, demon cows, and a drunk horse. What more could you ask for in a game? West of Loathing is one of the best games I've played in a while, and I'm pretty positive that most of you guys will enjoy it as well. And last but not least is a game developed by Monomi Park called Slime Rancher, which is the story of a young rancher by the name of Beatrix LeBeau that embarks out for a life on the far, far range, where she attempts to make her own business out of wrangling slimes. This game is a first-person sandbox game that has the player figure out problems and survive by mastering their backpack. Each day, players get new challenges as they try to gather a huge fortune from slime ranching. The game's concept is very simple and it becomes quite addictive, which makes this a game that mostly everyone will enjoy, and that's why it has earned the number 1 spot on our list. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back with another top 10 indie games at the end of September. Once again, I'm Ethan from Indie Review, and I will see you guys later. It takes place on a super advanced space station in the year 2017. Not the year 2017, 2088. Okay. You play as Dan Lazarski? Is that what that? Lazarski? Young rancher by the name of Bitch. Please make sure to cut this all out.